Called one.
So I rewatched one again. How did you know? Okay, so I'll explain why an autistic has decided to hyperfixate in a cartoon show. Like I always do, to be honest. Back in the last day of March, I made the decision to finally buy a cassette recorder and some tapes. Why? Why? You might be asking yourself. Okay, so you know that game named Dormirabis? The remaster, which also had not so good people working on it, version where Garvey is an associate of an allegedly pedophilic necrophile. Yeah, my obsession with the remaster Garvey came back. And how could I finally fulfill that hyperfixation? Making animation and fan art, obviously, buying a cassette recorder. And what happens when you own a recorder and music is one of your special interests? You start listening to even more music, yay! Long story short, I cried listening to this album I discovered. Sacred stuff, this electronic salad of raging autism and ADHD cringe culture processed and delivered in Lemon Demon's type beats really resonated with me. These songs are inherently silly, I know.
If I made an FNF mod, it'd be about little guy, his name is Glob.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
But the combination of a shit-ass microphone, the sometimes sweet and sometimes purposely annoying singing, the lyrics, oh my god, the lyrics!
Huggy Wuggy in the back rooms with Talking Ben. Perhaps they will become uncanny together in the end.
And what's up with Sakuri? What does she do? Object shows. She does object shows. Yeah, I said the first two words of the video. You can click off now. I remember the existence of the show called One. A Transcendental object show that I highly recommend watching to any autistic individual in the hopes you will have the same catharsis I had watching it. Furries are a real autistic concept if you give it some thought. And yes, with this outfit I am flying weird after it's a furry. What is it so interesting about furries? The sensory, of course. Imagine being held in the arms of a big, buff man. You can feel his muscles. But he also happens to be fluffy and has little ears and a tail you can play with. A furry will be a giant stink toy you could talk to. What's better than that? But what are furries? If you dig it a bit, you can find that they are just humans. Humans with funny shapes, but humans after all. Our society assigned throughout the centuries behaviors and stereotypes around animals. The sly fox, the evil wolf, the wise turtle. When you observe real animals, they behave nothing like they do in fables. And what's up with that? Why do we keep personifying animals and objects? Because it's fine, alright? Liam is a backpack because he has to carry the story. Bryce is an empty soda bottle because he's tired throughout the whole one thing. Amelia is a scented candle because she's the one who keeps the team relaxed. And, well, she's a yoga instructor. And Henry is a lantern because he shed light to the forgotten computer he found. And because you will also bring Henry to a forest, they're object bodies, they're an essential part of their beings, right? You can't just ignore backpack can be opened or every glass thingy can be broken and cause him death. But they are at the same time symbolic, just as the animal fable stories, but this time they represent their functionality, not their personality. So essentially they are the same concept. And how does this tie back to autism? With everything I just mentioned, were you even listening? Hello? The sensory in the specific case of furries, but most importantly, the symbolic. When you grow up being autistic in a society primarily composed by autistics, you will be unavoidably left out. In most cases, being compared to objects or rabbit animals. So what happens when you treat someone like an animal or an emotionless object like a robot? they end up absorbing those symbolisms and feeling more safe expressing themselves through those symbolisms and body shapes. There's a beautiful song by a group with a furry and gay lead singer, catharsis, where this same concept is explored in two simple lines. Those lines were in my head for a long time after I first listened to that album. They perfectly encapsulate the reason why so many furries, bronies, object shows, Undertale, Hollow Knight fans are autistic. The inherently need to be human, to feel human, opposed to being limited in find humanity, respect, in not identifying as animal, and finding other non-humans like you. That is autism! Being human and not being a human at the same time! By the nature of autism and disability that affects the social aspects of ourselves, the human aspects of ourselves because we live in a society, it is just a matter of time that we reach a transcendental humanity and want to, when we grow up, fuck a freaking lantern! Hi! I really hope I opened the third eye of anyone watching this, just as On the Ethics of Boinky Animal People by Patricia Taxon did to me. Go watch that video now, or I sneak in your home and eat all your fried chicken. This isn't my usual content, I'm an animator, but I will be creating more stuff like this in the future. So, if you like animations, FNAF, and or video essays, you should consider subscribing. Everything I upload here is interesting. I swear! And that's it! Thanks for watching.